Okay, another segment. We've had music, we've had photography, we had a riveting segment on bullying, but now let's go a little poetry. I was connected with Christopher on Facebook, and he let me know that he has a book coming out called The Poet of Washington Heights, and I love poetry. I love all kinds of art and people who are creative. And Chris, let's start with the first. What motivated you to write this book?
Well, I lived in Washington Heights from 2006 to 2013, and I'm a journalist and a writer, and I've always been interested in poetry but never written it. So I sat down one day and started to write poems about different parts, like the cloisters, my neighbors, like people that I liked at Starbucks, and this whole book sort of evolved that is about the whole mosaic of Washington Heights. I don't know if you guys know Washington Heights. It's at the north of Manhattan before Inwood, and it's a traditionally Irish, Armenian, Jewish neighborhood, which is also very Dominican now, and it's got this amazing mix of people and cultures, so it's kind of a fascinating place. So that was the genesis of it.
Yeah. Being a diehard Boston Red Sox fan, I can remember back in the day, if I was ever in the up in Washington Heights, and I would say, "Isn't the Red Sox your favorite team?" And they would say, "Yes," because at the time the Red Sox had Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, and Pedro Martinez. So we had three great Dominican players in Washington Heights. They loved the Red Sox back then.
I did not know.
But anyway, very fascinating. And you're going to read 3 poems. Oh, by the way, where can people get a copy of the book?
Well, technically you can get it on Amazon, but you can go through Nauset Press, which is nausetpress.com, and then it leads you to the book and to Amazon.
Okay.
It's $13.99. So
all right, not bad.
Not
And the
bad.
first poem is called?
The first poem is called Babel,
Okay.
like the Tower of Babel, but also Babel, Babel.
All right.
So this poem is basically a general poem about the neighborhood and what it used to represent, and as I sort of follow what's going on with the president and Donald Trump and like immigration, I think it's really important to remember that the U.S. is still a land of hope. So this is what this is about. Okay. Beirutine roses dot Islamic arches, peacock curves, serpentine roads, medieval monastery and orange-baked church tops, smog rising strong from exhaust pipes escape over mile-long lighted bridge. Orthodox men with smart doe-eyed women weave past garish blue modernist bus depot. Dominican muscles strain under tight cotton mesh, the smell of arroz con pollo, shaved ice mango, and street vendor incense. An Armenian church, parishioners long gone, stands guard on 187th Street. Chinese and Iranian medical students, books in hands, ghosts one can barely detect anymore, whisper their secrets nonetheless. Biblical Babel rose to the skies, punishment from God. But here Babel is like Paradise Lost, singing a sweet immigrant song, a promise.
Very good. Very good. Awesome. How about the coffee poem?
The coffee poem.
All right, he's got another one called Coffee. Oh, we all love, in Boston we say coffee. In New York it's coffee.
I can say coffee. I want to spell Boston.
Oh, by the way, Christopher, fluent in 7 languages. How impressive is that?
But not English.
So the man that can speak 7 languages fluently, coffee.
Right. It's actually called strong coffee, even better. So this is about like Middle Eastern coffee, which is or Israeli, Arabic, Armenian, whatever. It's made in a jezve, which is a little copper pot, and you sort of heat it up, and you have sweet pastries, and you talk for a couple hours.
Okay.
Usually, that's the tradition. So, okay, it's called strong coffee. Let us sit and have coffee, dark and strong the way coffee should be, telling stories galore from present and yore with strangers and friends, all bearing their core. Let us sit and have coffee, dark and strong the way coffee should be, like a hit to the head, a needle to the vein, a jolt to the soul, an Aramaic scheme. Let us sit and have coffee, dark and strong the way coffee should be, with sweet pastries and words rolling off tongue, until wired for sound we start squeezing along. Let us sit and have coffee, dark and strong the way it should be, occasionally shrieking, a cigarette smote wafting, forming curlicues of wonder, everyone laughing. Coffee should be dark and strong like Armenian souls, past and present mixing, roasted over coals. And then, when the conversation has ended, Hal, turn your cup over and we can read the future as well.
Very good. Awesome.